Welcome everybody to the weekly WP Roundup with BJ Keeton. That's me, and every Friday afternoon we get together and we talk about the list of news and tutorials and resources that were published this week about WordPress. Every week we have the video description full of the links, so feel free to expand the description, click on any of those that seem really interesting to you, or follow along as we go through as many as we can during the next hour. Also, we have a really healthy live chat community on Facebook and on YouTube, so feel free to throw any kind of comments or questions you may have in the live chat. Say hi, let us know where you're from, make some friends. You know how it goes. I see Donald on the YouTube comments saying he just sat down to watch El Camino, so he has to watch me on YouTube tomorrow. And I didn't know that was out, but of all things for you to avoid watching this show for, I suppose I can forgive you for that one. I was hoping to rewatch Breaking Bad before it came out, and that did not happen. So hopefully everyone has had an absolutely lovely last couple of weeks. We have been traveling for ET. We had our company retreat. So this is the first time back in 2 weeks for me being with you guys. It makes me really happy to be back. I love being here and doing this stuff with you. But before I get started and telling you about the really cool news that I found, I want to show you our staff photographer, Joy, is just amazing. You guys see her work in all of the new layout packs and things like that you download every week. But I really wanted to show you this picture of Chichen Itza that she took. Like really instant camera, Fujifilm instant camera Polaroid stuff, where I just thought it was gorgeous. She gave me this, and I just had to brag on her about how pretty that was, just how much I loved that photograph. So it was so much fun seeing everybody and meeting some new team members and things like that. It was delightful, but I missed you guys, and I'm glad to be back here. So that said, let's move on into the news. And you guys, I have the best news that I've been able to tell you pretty much ever. Divi 4.0 is coming out next week. If you missed any of the announcements for this, if you weren't aware, whatever it is, I want you guys to know that Divi 4.0 comes out next Thursday, October 17th. So by the time we talk about this next week, we will be here with the theme builder launched, and we will have the theme builder up and running for you. We'll have a stream the Monday after that on the 18th, 19th, 20th, on the 21st with Mac going through the different features of it. So you guys are going to have one heck of a week next week. So get your websites ready, do everything that you need to do, get your backups, all of that stuff ready, because Divi 4.0 launches on on Thursday. We'll be here talking about it on Friday. That said, also, if you click the first link, the Divi 4.0 launch details, it's elegantthemes.com/4, the numeral 4. I want to point out to you guys that we're having a giveaway. We're giving away a MacBook Pro. So we want to give you some incentive for being patient with us, for waiting. You know, I mean, I know we used to we all get really impatient as this last week comes along, and we're really waiting on this 4.0 launch. We've been waiting on it just as long as y'all have. So we're really, really excited. Divi 4 comes out on Thursday, so between now and the 17th, you can enter to win a MacBook Pro. So click the first link in the description of this video, and you can enter. You can get, I think it looks like a total of 18 entries into the MacBook Pro giveaway by doing some stuff, and I'm not allowed to enter it. So on the giveaway box, the widget that you have on there, I can't enter to win, so I don't know what the additional 15 are other than the ones that are up top. So I'm hoping that you guys take advantage of that and do that. So it's a brand new MacBook Pro, and I'm pretty sure that everybody in the audience could use a free MacBook. So click the link, do that, and help us celebrate the launch of Divi 4.0, y'all. I know that y'all have been looking forward to it. There are already jokes in the WordPress live chat, in the YouTube live chat about about Divi 5.0's launch. It's that one very far off. I don't think we've heard about that. But Divi 4.0 comes out next Thursday. So if you click the first link, you can find out all of the details about it. Apparently, as of my reading this, it is showing 5 days, 22 hours, 19 minutes, and 18 seconds until we get Divi 4.0. So that is really, really fantastic. So check it out. Please look at enter the MacBook Pro giveaway. Check out what Divi 4.0 is all about. We've got a theme builder video on there, and you know, it's going to be so much more than just the regular page builder now. This is going to be the full theme builder. We're going to have the custom headers and footers. The number one thing on the page outside of the MacBook Pro giveaway is is that it's got custom headers and footers for you guys. I know that you guys want this so bad. You'll be able to completely customize your headers and footers that way. It is you get site-wide post templates, and this will work with the new WooCommerce builder that is in Divi right now. So you guys will be able to check that out and do that next Thursday, y'all. And yeah, I see the coding bus asks, and Bharat, sorry if I mispronounced that, ask where's the link and how will a winner be selected? The link is in the description of the video. It should be the very first link in the description for the Divi 4.0 launch date. And then the winner will be selected through the giveaway software. It will be randomly selected from all of the entrants. So that's again, that's not my that is not my particular area, so I didn't set it up, but they're using a giveaway software for that, like MSV says in the YouTube live chat. And I realize that as I say MSV, it's probably Ms. V. So I apologize for that. So I'm super excited about this, you guys. We've been talking about it for a long time, been getting multiple questions about it, and I can finally say with no joking around that Divi 4.0 is coming, and you can ask about it all you want, and it will not be pushed back a week because we have a date on it. So that is just so exciting. I'm so happy, you guys. I'm so happy for you and for me and for everybody. Jack on YouTube asks, will you be able to fully customize the WooCommerce cart and checkout pages with 4.0? Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Jack, you will be able to do... I'm so sorry, you guys. I got choked there. Jay asks, will you be able to fully customize the WooCommerce cart and checkout pages with 4.0? You'll be able to do anything that you can do right now with the new WooCommerce builder. One of the upcoming updates also is going to add, I want to say 17 new WooCommerce modules in with the current builder so that you get options so you can make completely new stuff like that with the with Divi 4.0. With the WooCommerce builder, I know one of the issues was that people weren't able to save those page templates that they wanted to, and that's going to be fixed next Thursday. That's going to be possible in 4.0. We just had to get this functionality in first to make sure that everything was compatible. So, Jack, as far as I know, yes. If you can't, it will be included in one of the next WooCommerce version 2 update. The Diego asks, as an owner of Divi, will we receive the updates for 4.0 for free, right? Absolutely. I knocked my microphone getting excited. But yes, absolutely. Every current member of Elegant Themes will get this update. This is not something that we are upcharging you for. If you're a member, lifetime, annual, whatever it is, you're going to get the 4.0 update for free. That's part of your membership. That is the whole reason we have the membership, is so that you don't have to worry about being upsold. It is. I'm really, really excited about that. I love the fact that happens. One of the things that irritates me as a consumer is when there's a new major version, I have to pay all over again for it. That's a reason that I have not updated anything, certain software that I use all the time, because I don't want to pay the price again for the new features that were there that I'm probably not going to use. But with Divi, it's included in the price. Everything that we add from 4.0 to version 1,000,000.7.3 will be included in your membership price. Anybody else hoping we get to 1,000,000.7.3? That'd be awesome. And Ms. V asks if there are any price changes for new users, an increase in prices. That I've heard of, no. Ms. V, I haven't heard of even an inkling of raising prices or changing prices with this release or anything like that. So nobody. Nobody needs to worry about that. You are good and solid right now. And we're also working on our Black Friday updates with what we're going to be doing for it, and giveaways and things like that. So you can expect the big sale coming on Black Friday as well. So the price will get even lower during that couple of week period. I do see Torin say cough apple cough with what I said. So you're absolutely right. They kind of do. Why I haven't updated to an iPhone 11. And Barat asks, will the Divi 4.0 update affect existing sites with Divi older versions? Okay, it shouldn't. It should not, if we've done our jobs right. This is one where if you've built it with an older version, you really should not see any major performance issues or changes in your site. They should roll in exactly like they are now. I always suggest running a staging server or a development server just to make sure when you do any kind of major theme update. But as we've tested it with the long QA process that we've had, and I know that you guys have been patient with us through that. The entire thing we wanted to make sure to do was make sure that this is compatible with older sites that have been built in Divi, whether that is one of our own layout packs or one of your custom built sites. So we do not want your older sites to break, whether you built it today or 5 years ago. We're working to make sure that doesn't happen. But I see Torin asks, I'd like to see what, or says, I'd like to see what version 1 million would be like. I'm pretty sure at that point, if we get to version 1 million of Divi with us being on 4 right now, we're going to be, it's going to be Skynet, and we're all doomed anyway. As much as Divi is a benevolent software right now, I'm pretty sure after 1 million iterations, humans are just going to be obsolete. So they'll just make their own. I see that Ms. V asked if there's any chat plugin under development, and no, I don't believe there is. That's something that I've not heard of. It would be awesome, but not that I know of, no. And Isom asks, just chimed in, are there any tutorials ahead of time available? Ahead of time, as in published before the release, I don't think so. I think we're going to have some released right at the right at the launch, if not the day of, the day after maybe. We're working on getting theme builder tutorials done and documentation, all of that. So I haven't personally seen the schedule for when those are going up, but our plan is to have them go up pretty concurrently. So you should expect those soon. I don't think they'll be ahead of time, but I'll actually check to see if to make sure that I've not missed something on that. But I know they're going up soonish within within that very very short like day or two time frame of the Divi builder, because we're working on updating pretty much everything right now, because 4.0 is such a big update. It's just gigantic. I mean, it does everything. So we're looking for October. I know that we will have one on the 18th, on the day after, for the morning of that Friday. I'm not seeing one on coming on before, but you will have a very good use case on Tuesday regarding the WooCommerce builder. So, ooh, teasing you. But there will be one up on Friday to show you that, and then the coming weekend and week will have more, I expect. And then I see Torin asks new updated videos for each module, and that is part of the plan. The new updated videos for each module and documentation are being worked on. We're working on new 4.0 documentation. It's going to require a lot of archive updates, and so that is being worked on as we go. So give us the time to get that done, but it is absolutely like top of the list stuff that we're working on right now. And in Sohail, sorry if I mispronounced that, is there going to be a built-in pop form functionality in Divi 4.0? No. That might be included at a later date, but right now you're probably better off just using the Bloom plugin to do that. That might be rolled in at a later point and expanded on, but right now Bloom is probably your best bet for that. Diego asks, wait, one second, missed another one. Read here. Rodolfo asks if there's any updates or upgrades to the existing modules or new modules. I know that the new modules, the absolutely brand new modules, are the global header and global footer. Like, those are absolutely brand new. We've never seen anything like that. You guys are going to absolutely adore them. As for the other updates and upgraded modules, I personally have not got to play with the theme builder yet, so I can't say for sure. I'm not, if anything needed any functionality updated for the for 4.0, it would be in there. But as far as new ones, I've not heard of new modules just on their own there. I know that we're adding in, Dawn asked if we're adding any new module functionality. Probably the biggest functionality that we're adding is going to be that you can save page and post templates. It's not quite module functionality. I know that there are some new module functionalities coming down the line that I was able to play with over the break here. Well, I say break, but it was a break from the stream over the break where we were together as a team. And while it's not coming in 4.0, there are some really amazing module functionality that's coming in. That is just going to make all of our lives so much nicer. Like, I can't tell you what it is yet. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm crossing my fingers it gets out soon because I'm so excited. But there is new module functionality coming in. But as far as I know, Dawn, I don't think of anything major that's coming in 4.0 other than there's the page templates, post templates, being able to save global templates to be able to use wherever you want, global and global headers and global footers. You're going to be able to apply these templates to any kind of page that you want, so you're not going to have to fight with archive pages and blog post pages anymore. It's not going to be limited to content area anymore, which is going to be the so nice. I think that's the biggest functionality, but we do have some functionality updates coming soon. I see Bianca says, hi, sorry you're late, you're excited for 4.0. Wayne asked if it will, on Facebook, will it make better speed time? We are always working on that. If you haven't updated in a little while, I highly suggest updating, because we did a speed improvement update maybe a month ago, I think. So that one has actually worked really well. It made the visual builder and the new BFB work really, really, really well. If you haven't tried the BFB, the new Divi experience, it is really, really good now, especially if you use it with wireframe mode. It works pretty much exactly like the old backend builder did. But we've been working on that, and once 4.0 comes out, there is going to be kind of an onslaught of the dev team tackling bugs. So we're going to be working very, very hard to tackle any bugs that are affecting performance as well. So if 4.0 doesn't run faster for you, and I expect that it will, you will definitely be getting some speed from error fixes and just cleaner code coming over the next few weeks and months. And Wayne asked, will it have mega menus with the new header? And that's a really good question, Wayne. I don't know the answer to that. Like I said, I haven't played with it myself to mess with it, and that has not even come up as far as the discussions. I don't know. I will, if somebody on the team is watching right now and can throw it and can throw the answer to that in, that would be lovely, because I have not heard about mega menus. If it doesn't, there is a really good plugin at Divi Life, I believe, called Divi Mega, which does really, really good mega menus. Yasir asked if there's any improvement in the contact form, and not as far as I know. The contact form hasn't been updated in 4.0 considerably that I'm aware of. I see Bharat asks, I think the slider should be updated in Divi. It only shows one slider at a time. Maybe able to show more than one slider at a time would be awesome. That would be really cool. I've had to use multiple sliders to get that to do the same thing. Use one big one and then size like 3 smaller ones down underneath it, each starting at with a different offset. So I feel you on that one. The slider has it may even be included in the stuff. I don't know what's going to be worked on in the future and what pieces of updates are coming, but I know that that people are aware of that. Let's see, the Umesh, sorry. We're looking for Divi WooCommerce with a lot of improvement with WooThemes layouts. Umesh, we updated the, I think it was 3 weeks ago, maybe, we updated Divi with the new WooCommerce modules. So if you haven't updated, check that out, because that made a lot of improvement to being able to do the, with different layouts with WooCommerce and different themes. That's also possible to use with the Divi Builder plugin if you use a theme other than Divi, so you can have those. Also, there will be another slew of those coming out. I want to say it's 17 new WooCommerce modules coming out in an update within a couple of months, maybe even sooner than that. And the new Divi 4.0 will give you the option to save the themes and layouts to use however you want with WooCommerce. Ms. V is heading out. It's 1 a.m. there. I would be asleep too. Have a good evening. Have nice sleep. And I see Diego ask, is there any recommended hosting service to obtain the best performance possible? That's going to depend on where you are, where your clients are, and which particular plan you're on, Diego. There is actually at the bottom of this description of this video, if you expand and look at the bottom, there's actually one for anyone who is in India. It is the... Actually, it's the top of resources. Excuse me. I moved it because I wanted to make sure to get there. The best WordPress hosting in India, the 5 top hosts compared. Code and WP did a comparison of the top 5 hosts there. Also, I know we've mentioned it before, on our internal testing, I know that SiteGround always tends to perform the highest, but you'll get good performance out of everything. I know there are team members who use WP Engine and Flywheel. I know that there are tons of others out there. It really just depends on where you're going. I know WP Engine and Flywheel and SiteGround all have worldwide servers, so you'll be able to connect to a closer data center to you. That would probably be the one of the better ones to try. I know that WP Engine, Flywheel, Kinsta, SiteGround, any of the big players you should be doing really well with. And I know that SiteGround, Raquel told me a few weeks ago, is a European country. I cannot remember which country they're based in, but I know they're European based, so they have I know they have server clusters that are near you. And Ms. V says using SiteGround, it's nice from India, so that's good to know. That's awesome. And Uncle Social, they're in Bulgaria. Thank you. I knew it wasn't Belgium, and I could not think of the country that it was. So they're in Bulgaria. Good folks. Now I did see earlier, I'm going to scroll up just a second. I saw, someone, Diego had asked, I was wondering if there are good examples of Divi sites, doing a good score with, Google Speed Insights. And Diego, on that one, take a look at the, under the news section, the Divi Design Showcase. I'll just go ahead and get into this one because it does answer your question somewhat. The Divi Design Showcase is something we do every month to kind of highlight what you guys are doing out there, so that we see the best of the best stuff that's submitted to us, that's the things that you're really proud of. And so this one is one where I would take a look at these sites that we're featuring here, because they should be running very quickly to be able to get through. They're beautiful as well. There's some of these that I think are just delightful that I want to take and play with. They're just great. Sarah Antwerp's number 6 is just awesome. That is one of my favorite ones that I've seen on here. It's so nice. Megapack CZ is great. Goldmaster Fitness is super pretty. As you scroll down it's number 9 on the list. It performed really, really well for me today when I was scrolling through it. Of course, I'm going to get stuck with get my eyes drawn to the fitness one. I was like, oh, I wonder what they're doing. And so it was really cool. It was fast. I haven't run any insights on those, but that's where I would start. I would also search the blog, our blog, Elegant Things blog, for the Divi Design Showcase. You can just Divi Design Showcase in the search bar, and these posts will come up, and you'll be able to see a lot of Divi sites on there that you'll be able to get both design ideas from, which is always a good thing, as well as see where different sites and different kinds of designs land on the page speed insights page. So those are always great. And if you have something that you're proud of, y'all, one of the reasons I always bring up is that I I got distracted by Torin. Thanks, Torin. I'll get to that in a second. One of the reasons I always want to bring this up is that we're always accepting submissions. So if you have something that you're really proud of, submit it to us. We want to see this. We want to feature your stuff. So go through, submit any of your designs that you're really proud of and that you want people to see. So so give it a look and see about getting that done. And I did completely forget that Ubuntu Linux, I never can say it right, my accent gets it wrong, but Ubuntu is coming out next week. It would be October, wouldn't it? So that is going to be a big day. For anyone updating both of theirs, I would probably hold off on Ubuntu first because I'm still running 16.4. I mean, it's still good for me. I'm scared of any of those. It's 16.4 is what I'm still running. I probably should update, but I'd be scared of 19.10 just because brand new OSs tend to frighten me. But yeah, 19.10, that is crazy that it's already coming out. My goodness. You know, I've never tried Kubuntu. That was one I was reading about recently that I really should, but I'm just still on, regular old straight Ubuntu. And Diego, submit it. We'll be on the lookout for it. And you're welcome, Sibsankar. Sorry if Sibsankar. Sahu, you're welcome. I'm glad that Bianca likes the new builder experience because I do. I love it so much. It's so nice. And yeah, Bharat is right. Make sure you update Linux. Before you update Linux, then before that you back up your data, I might have lost a lot of stuff in trying to go to 16.10 from 16.4 one time, and that's why I'm still on 16.4. So yeah, yeah. So that's absolutely Bharat. I really appreciate that. You're welcome, Diego. I hope that hope you come back in. Hope to see you next week. Good luck with everything. Hi, Mark. And Umesh asks, in the Divi builder, is it possible to create a row in a row? No, question mark. You can do a lot more right now with the column structure that we put in. You can do with the column options pretty much what you should be able to do with row within the row. If you look, if you haven't updated, again, please update. We've put in some really, really cool stuff in the last like 2 months. Check out the new column options. Like when you go into a row, within each column it should be draggable size now, and within the row itself, you'll be able to see individual column settings pages where you should be able to do anything that you need with that you would be able to do by putting a row within a row. But as far as I know, I don't think we can nest that way. If we can nest that way, I've never figured out how. So, but I think the column options, unless you're trying to do something incredibly specific with a use case that I can't think of off the top of my head, try the column options to see. Because even with just one column option, you should be able, with just a one column row, you should be able to use the column options to, you know what I mean? I got distracted by a comment again. But you should be able to do what you needed to do with a row for that. And then Bharat asks, will there be more modules with full width specifications? You can already go into the design module and go in, or the design tab of any module, and set it to be full width. You can also do that within the row as well, and section 2 to make them full width. So I think that's the case here. I think all of them have that capability. If not, it's just the one that the ones that I'm thinking of that I use the most. I don't know about that though. I have not heard anything else about that. I know that I've heard tale of maybe making the full width section and things like that a bit more useful, but I don't know when or if that's going to be coming along. So it's, but that there's been talk of that, but yeah. Torin asks, would it be possible, please, to do a video on how you design in Linux? Oh, none of our designers, as far as I know, work in Linux. That would be the big problem. I am far from a designer when it comes to doing stuff, but I'm basically doing probably what you are, using GIMP and Chromium, and seeing what I can get done. I have to actually bounce back to Windows or Mac a lot when I'm doing stuff on Linux. I don't use it nearly as much as I did at one point, but I don't think anyone on our team uses Linux when they do design. And I think part of the reason for that is because of having to use things like Wine to get Photoshop to work. So I wouldn't expect that anytime soon, from us at least. If you would like to put one together and submit as an open blog post on our open blog submissions, that would that sounds like a pretty good blog. Not saying that I know anything about that, but that seems like something that would be useful for somebody. Now the other news that I had. Oh, excuse me. There was an answer on Facebook that I missed. Bianca says regarding the rows within rows that you can use shortcodes to implement rows out of the library. Divi Supreme modules can do that. Divi Toolbox from Divi Lover too. I'd actually run across Divi Toolbox, I want to say last week or the week before, and saw the shortcodes thing, so it didn't even cross my mind. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Bianca. Thank you for reminding me of that and letting people know about Divi Toolbox and Divi Supreme modules. That's really cool. I don't actually know about Divi Supreme modules. That's one that I'll have to go back and look at. So cool. Now, the other ones that I have under the news section, we won't get very far this week because I've had such a wonderful discussion. I'm so excited. Just very briefly, Smashing Magazine rather, not smashing because I don't have that accent. The W3C is now 25 years old. They're the World Wide Web Consortium. W3C, as they said on Smashing, celebrated the 25th anniversary and invited folks to share why the open web platform matters to them via the hashtag web stories. So if you've not checked out hashtag web stories, you absolutely should. It's really, really cool. And W3C is basically, if you're not familiar with it, they run the internet. It is the nonprofit open source group of people that basically decide I don't even want to say group of people, group of entities that represent the world when it comes to what internet standards should be. And the about page, as they say, an international community where member organizations, full-time staff, the public work together to develop web standards. They're the ones who approve what CSS and HTML is generally accepted. There are a lot of issues that have come up with the W3C over the years. I know that there have been different people like Cory Doctorow who have stepped away from the W3C at different points. But regardless, the internet would not, no matter where you stand with it against anything at all, the W3C is absolutely imperative to where the internet is right now. The internet would not be what it is right now had people not put the consortium together, and it's everything for the internet in a lot of ways. Torin makes a good point that they run W3 schools, so if anybody ever uses that, which you do, I'm 90% certain that every person on the in the audience right now has used W3 schools. You can thank them for that because that's where it is. Like, it's official documentation of the internet. Oh, excuse me, my goodness. In a lot of ways. Can you tell I haven't been talking much? And excuse me, Uncle Social does blame W3C for killing the marquee tag, which I understand that was a hallmark of the internet for so long. But if you would like, Jason has a tutorial on the blog on how to make scrolling text work really well with our animations. So there's always that. That's what we're here for, is to make the internet better for you guys. And I see Barat ask if we can make a regular section full width, and why are there two sections, one regular and another full width, when inserting a new section? Exactly. That's one of the things that we're hoping to actually make better in the future. When I say that we've had discussions on what to do with the full width sections, that's actually why. There is some confusion in terms of, your question on why and how to use which, and so we're in the process of figuring out how to make that the most effective use of your time with those modules as we can. So give us some time on that, because you're right. There are settings to configure column widths, what can be inserted into where, and it does get a little confusing. And so we want to fix that. Help a little. But yeah, your question is 100% the reason that we're looking into it, because it's confusing, and I don't have an answer for you because of that. But yeah, that's why we want to look at it. That said, the next one is just very briefly, WP Tavern had an article on WordPress 5.3. It's coming out. The release candidate is October 15th. So 5.3 release candidate 1 is expected October 15th, just 2 days before Divi. It won't be, 5.3 won't be released then, but just the release candidate. And then they're working on handling large images, and that's one of the big things that has been an issue with, page speed forever. So there's going to be a couple of new hooks put in, big underscore image underscore size underscore threshold that you can filter that you can use, which is really going to help. And then you can also get the original image path as well. So it's just something good that we're going to be able to make a lot of good page speed improvements straight up through WordPress using that. So that's going to be really awesome. Barat says the only full width module I find useful is full width header. Yeah, I use the hero section a lot as well, even though I could just use a full width section, but that's why we're looking into those, because it can be made, like you said, it can be made to fit full screen, and that's what I do. That's what I do with it too. And then the very last thing under news is that Brian Gardner, the founder of StudioPress, is stepping down. He has been one of the biggest names in WordPress for years. The StudioPress and Genesis was one of the first premium themes, right alongside Elegant Themes when Nick was founding it. As far as I remember, if I'm remembering the story right, like the ideas came from the same forums that they were frequenting. Like it's really crazy how small the WordPress world really is. But he has done such good stuff for WordPress in general with the Genesis framework, StudioPress as a company in general. He is just, the dude when it comes to things going on in WordPress. And so he has stepped down from StudioPress now, and I will be excited to see what comes next from him. So that's really, really, really cool that he's gonna whatever comes next. I'm excited to see. So I'm also excited that he's a runner and very open about it, and he's very open about his personal life. So I just think he's a cool guy. So y'all but like I said, he's done good work. WordPress again wouldn't be the same without what he's done. Many of you guys are probably StudioPress members or use Genesis as well, which is great. It's really, really good. And did you know that you can use the Divi Builder plugin with Genesis? You can. That's what the Divi Builder plugin is for. So if you haven't thought about doing that, think about that, you guys, because I always want to kind of put that out there in case people don't remember that they can use the Divi Builder plugin completely separately from Divi the theme. I mean, we love Divi the theme. It is, mwah. But if you're using something else, you can still use Divi with it. So with the remaining 10 minutes that I've got, I'm going to just briefly run down some of the highlights that I've put in here under the tutorials and under the resources section. Velocitize, the first one under tutorials, is a Velocitize article. That's 3 reasons to embrace memes for marketing. I put this under tutorials because this, in my mind, is a how to use memes for marketing kind of thing. I love memes. I love marketing, and I love fun marketing more than anything else. You can fit this into pretty much anything. So read these, it talks about them being ubiquitous and fun, hitting up the main hashtags, that you support branding in them, on how to put your own branding inside them. It's Uncle Social made me distracted from that squirrel like David is talking about. But yeah, I mean, the same thing Uncle Social said on YouTube here. Use memes for marketing, but then I took an arrow to the knee. That is a meme in and of itself. I mean, that's what you do. It's just wonderful. Use them. Read that article. We have one on elegant themes, how to create a WooCommerce account page with a featured product section for logged in users. A very long title on a very specific use case on how to use the new WooCommerce modules that we've got. The stuff that our staff comes up with always amazes me. I can't remember if this one was Jason or Donietta. This one was Jason. What amazes me about the WooCommerce modules and the tutorials that are coming for them and from them are that they don't look like typical WooCommerce pages. And they're using them in ways, Jason and Donietta are using them in ways that I would have never thought about. So like putting it on your account page with featured products, that kind of thing, using dynamic content. It's just real cool. There is WP Hacks, how to add a custom post status to WordPress. And then we have one on how to use discourse community forums with WordPress. And then B3 Multimedia has 10 kerning tips that can help improve your typography. So I'm just going to ask every one of you to take a look at this one, because if you've never paid close attention to kerning, learning about kerning, it rhymes. Learning about kerning will make it so that you never don't see it. So it's a good idea to kind of make besties with it. But it's like, make sure that you learn about leading and tracking too. They talk about kern the letters yourself. Don't let software do it. And this kind of stuff is like understanding spatial relationships, which is one thing that you don't have to know about fully, but knowing what is there in terms of the character and what it looks like on the page, on the screen, it's just going to make your designs look so much better. And Bharat, the best thing about Divi is a non-designer can also customize the site to look beautiful just by researching and tweaking a bit. Like me, I'm basically a developer that knows a little design. Yeah, that was my big draw to Divi back in the day as well. It's like, I'm not a designer, but this lets me make more because I'm more on the hands-on coding stuff. And Umesh asks, is it possible for HTML to WordPress conversion using Divi? We have something like that. Let me see if I can find something along those lines. It takes a little bit of work. Static HTML. I know I've seen stuff like this, y'all. There is, yes. I'm going to put this in the chat, the live chat here. Excuse me. It is a blog called Converting HTML Sites to WordPress Sites. I've put that on Facebook and on YouTube here, where you'll be able to check that out on how to do it. Nathan Weller, our content manager, put that one up. There's a video that goes along with it. And we also have one on the blog that is going the other direction that you can find out if you just search for static HTML. It's how to generate a static HTML copy of a WordPress website. So those are both like really, really good things to know how to do. So you're welcome very much. This is my favorite thing to do on the stream, actually, is kind of call back to things I either remember us publishing or having thought about in the past. Like, that would be useful. Do we have that? I love being able to find those. So I'm glad that we have one that will work for you. Hopefully that will they'll help you along your way to do that. Bharat says that would cause a lot of headache when customizing or modifying later, and it could. Especially converting from WordPress to static HTML, that could be a real pain later. Once you convert it into WordPress, you should be able to handle the workflow a lot easier that way. Going backwards would be, WordPress to static. There are reasons to do it, specifically for looking at page speed on static pages that don't need a lot of changing. If you build a page, say in Divi, and you just want that page, nothing else, for real updates, and you're not going to be doing like added content or anything like that, that is going to be just that, the page will load, a lot faster with static HTML just sitting there, being cached and CDN'd, than WordPress itself. But, other than that, it's probably more of a headache, like you said. A little further down, find the Divi Booster article was just very brief and very quick, but I'd forgotten about this CSS selector, the CSS command. Whenever I clicked into this, it's making a Divi button non-clickable. So if you just want the button there and you don't want it clickable for some reason, that you can use the pointer events, CSS for pointer events none, in the main element box of the button. This is also the same for any module that you have, but if you go and do pointer events none, just like you would display none or anything like that, you can make it unclickable, which is really, really cool. Doing that, because it's pointer events, they said will also disable any hover effect on the button, so or anything else that has a hover effect. There are reasons you would want to do this. It's probably a very specific use case, but I also wanted to point out to you guys, using that the CSS of pointer event, that if you haven't thought about that in a while, that there are some really cool things that you can do with that. It's one of those that I don't think of very often because I tend to interact with the site itself more than I do like the user experience and how the user interacts with the site. So pointer events and on-click stuff doesn't tend to pop into my head, but I wanted to make sure that if you're the same way, think about pointer events. Cool stuff going on there. And then just moving down into resources, I wanted to remind you guys about what we mentioned earlier in the stream about the best WordPress hosting in India, or for India, talking about the top 5 hosts that Code and WP did. I know we actually do have a lot of people in the India, Pakistan, Nepal region who are viewers and are customers. So if you've been wondering about that, absolutely check that out to see if you've been wondering about hosting. The Velocitize article under resources, it's number 3 under resources, 10 spooktacular Halloween social media campaigns. I love Halloween. I got married on Halloween. And so B, I love silly stuff. So this one kind of capitalized on everything. What this article is a way for you to capitalize on those current not current events. That's not what I mean. The current trends and trending hashtags and events to make sure that and holidays to make sure that you're being seen and part of the conversation. There were some, like I was talking about the web stories one earlier. This one actually mentioned stuff that's going on right now. Like Burger King is you doing a scary clown night hashtag, which when somebody like Burger King does it, you can get your content seen a lot by using those hashtags, especially if you've done anything that is like clown related or haunted house, that kind of stuff. Dunkin' Donuts has a Dunkin' dress up contest. Talk about dressing up those websites with Divi, stuff like that. They've got a Target tag and treat. There's a Halloween collection that that Lush Cosmetics is doing. Even Starbucks does it with Halloween Frappuccinos. So if you think about stuff like this, like the hashtag Witches Brew Frappuccino, maybe it's something that you could get in on by designing a website using those colors or anything at all that you can use to latch on to these kinds of trends to be able to get yourself seen and maybe generate some more business and buzz. But that is all the time I've got. Bharat, thank you for the HTML, the href attribute. That is awesome. I did not know that that was all that you had to do for the click was to do the JavaScript void. I had no clue. That's really cool. I do not get JavaScript. I keep trying and it just eludes me, so that's awesome. Uncle Social is right. So smash the like button. We need as much as we possibly can. That would help a bunch. It helps more than you may know. Subscribe, ring the bell, and the Divi 4.0 comes out next week. That comes out on Thursday, on October 17th. Make sure you click the first link in the description of this video to enter to win a MacBook Pro during the time between now and then. And I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Mixed About asks about the translation in Italian for Divi, I'm assuming. It's very wrong. I apologize about that. I know that there's a conversation about the translations. I'm not sure where that is. But I will see all of you next week. Remember that we have live streams on Tuesdays and Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern that you can tune into on Facebook and YouTube. You can also watch whenever there's a new feature release, Mac at 6 a.m. Eastern on Facebook and YouTube. And I know that there will be one on the 21st after the Divi theme builder update has been released. So I will see you next Friday. And you guys, it will be a whole new world next Friday. We'll have global headers and footers, customizable theme layouts. I mean, we are going to have the world, y'all, and we can talk about it all next Friday. I will see you then. Bye, everybody. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week. Bye, y'all.